In the parliament, the government admitted that it could only add Aadhaar Cards when a person died. They did not have the mechanism to cancel Aadhaar Cards. And now the government wants to complicate this further by trying to link the Aadhaar Cards with election cards also. In India, there are millions of bogus account numbers, millions of bogus savings accounts. We have created the perfect recipe for cybercrime, and the government is responsible. Hi, this is RN Bhaskar from Bhaskar Ki Business Baatein. In the month of July, two very interesting things happened in India. One, Maharashtra government, in its assembly, stated on record that Maharashtra had seen frauds worth almost 2.95 lakh crore, 2.94 trillion rupees in the last 10 years. It was a staggering amount. And this is Maharashtra alone, not the whole of India. What was interesting about this number was that it was larger than the numbers the National Crime Statistics Bureau, NCRB. NCRB gives a lower figure. But Maharashtra had done its own homework and said the figure was so much. We'll come to that. We'll come to NCRB a little later. But a second thing happened. All of a sudden, the newspapers talked about how an Aditya Birla company, which was engaged in digital gold, discovered that someone had hacked into its portal and had withdrawn a large amount of physical gold. The gold was taken away and deposited in several accounts, from where it just disappeared. So when the complaint was lodged at the police station, there was enough proof of the money being taken away. There was proof of which bank accounts the money went to. But after that, there was no proof of where the money went. Why did this happen? So let's take the second episode first. This happens because in India, there are millions of bogus account numbers, millions of bogus savings accounts. And why are there bogus accounts in India? The reason is very simple. The government brought in an Aadhaar scheme. As I mentioned earlier in one of my podcasts, you have 9 states with more Aadhaar cards than even the population of the states. The only way you can clean up the Aadhaar numbers is through a census. But the government postponed the census. So you have a proliferation of Aadhaar cards. This number is compounded by another factor. About 12.5% of deaths in India are not even known, are not even registered. When you go to the village, he says, "Wo to 2 saal pehle mar gaya. He died 2 years ago." And the number of medically certified deaths who are not certified is about 40%. So if someone dies, you have no reason to know why he died. It could have been murder, it could have been a suicide. It's only the neighbors came and told the police that person died. So they're registered, but they're not medically certified. And there's a third problem that comes in. And that is, in the parliament, the government admitted that it could only add Aadhaar cards when a person died. They did not have the mechanism to cancel Aadhaar cards. What a dangerous admission. Who created that software? Shouldn't he be pulled up, because no software registering people for identity can be complete without deaths being cancelled? The government's admission before the Supreme Court was frightening. So you have millions of ghosts who are dead, but the Aadhaar cards are still alive. A small clarification is needed here. In July 2025, the government came out with an announcement that it was deactivating the cards and numbers of some 1.2 crore Aadhaar card holders because it said that these were dead people. This raises two questions. One, why only 1.2 crore Aadhaar cards were cancelled? The actual number of dead is several times that number. Two, obviously, the software which could not deactivate dead numbers is now capable of doing the job. But why so few? Especially at a time when elections are around the corner and some states have been selected for selectively cancelling a few Aadhaar numbers and voting cards. This is not a comforting thought. And now the government wants to complicate this further by trying to link the Aadhaar cards with election cards also. Now, what does our Aadhaar card have to do with bank accounts? Because in 2015, 2016, the government came out with a scheme that anyone with an Aadhaar card could get a bank account number. No further proof required. In the past, if I wanted to open a bank account, I went to the bank. The bank said, yes, everything is fine. Can we have your identity papers? You give your identity papers. Let's say, can I get a reference from two account holders in this bank who say they know you? If you can't get those references, you're not allowed to open an account. So anybody who wanted to open an account would go to his neighbors, find out where they banked, and then go to that bank and open an account where the neighbors will certify that, yes, we know him. With Aadhaar, they said, you don't need any certification. Just the Aadhaar will do. And Aadhaar was filled with loopholes, and you had huge numbers of Aadhaar. Consequently, you have bogus account numbers. This is further muddied when the government then came out with a new rule that all Aadhaar cards and all bank account holders must get a PAN card. So you had a sudden jump in the number of PAN cards. India had created a perfect situation for bogus account numbers, bogus PAN cards, which cyber criminals use very effectively for taking the money there and then taking it away. And the police do not know the identity of the account holders because they're bogus account holders. In India, we have created the perfect recipe for cybercrime, and the government is responsible. Just let me give you a reminder. The reminder is to click the subscribe button, click the like button, and please tell your friends about us so that our audience grows. Look at the number of cybercrimes that has increased. Look at the NCRB chart. And you'll find that the numbers are not very high. Moreover, those numbers are only till 2022, 23, 24 numbers are not there. What is NCRB doing? Sleeping? Are they getting a paid holiday for 2 years? When a national institution can't give numbers on time, something is wrong. And when the numbers come out not from NCRB or the government, but they come from the state assembly, and you realize the magnitude of cybercrime, you know that something is wrong. And this takes us to the very next question. What are the solutions possible? There are many solutions. You first need to clean up the Aadhaar cards, which means get the census in place. Please remember, our last census was in 2011. After the census of 2011, the next census was due in 2021. Closer to the date, the government said, we are not holding the census because of COVID. There were many other things the government did, but it did not hold the census. Now it says that the government will hold the census in 2025 or 2026, but there's nothing sacrosanct about that. As a result, the entire economy is working on data that still belongs to 2011. This is not a comforting thought again. What is the solution to this? Urgently have a census, because census goes door to door and creates identities of people weed out the bogus Aadhaar cards. Once the bogus Aadhaar cards are weeded out, go to the banks, find out which Aadhaar cards have bank account numbers. Can you get that? Very easily. All the latest account numbers are with NPCI, the National Payments Corporation of India. Because all benefits are given to Aadhaar cards and the latest account number are with NPCI. From where it's sent to the account number. Now that is a new twist. In NPCI, look at the fine print. It says, we overwrite the old account number with a new account number. Overwrite. In an age of databases, we don't append. We overwrite. And NCRB has another quaint feature. It says, we do not keep record of transactions. A payment gateway not keeping record of transactions? Someone in the government has allowed a big loophole to be created where bogus Aadhaar cards are used for even taking money out of the national exchequer. When you look at these numbers, you know that India needs to remedy its financial laws quickly. If Aditya Birla screams that someone has hacked into its portal and taken digital gold away, Aditya Birla has returned the gold to all the people. Maybe it's funded itself. It has an insurance policy. It'll make sure that all the customers are reimbursed. But what about the country? What are the insurance agencies? They are losing money. Effectively, we have a situation where the cyber criminal is invited into your house. The house being the country, and the cyber criminal being a player who knows that India is a hospitable ground for any kind of cybercrime. It's your voice which is important to change these laws. It's your voice that's important to make sure that people are not defrauded. Thank you very much. It is good to have you with us, and I hope to see you once again for the next episode. And do keep watching. We love you to be there. You'll find us now every morning at 8:15 a.m. on weekdays, where we come out with daily news, or better still, news behind the news. Do watch it.